What are you doing on my live? I think your mic is muted.
Something's
Oh, there you go.
crossed here. What are you doing here?
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna announce something on my live today.
I was going to announce something too.
Oh, that's weird. How did our channels
We're gonna have
cross?
to somehow, yeah. We're gonna have to figure this out here in a minute. I mean, are you good with you good with me sticking around for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. Come join. Come join.
Okay.
More the merrier.
Well, let's say hello to our respective people here while some folks file in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, let's see. Who do we have? Diane, what's going on? Gary, what's up? Thomas.
Hey, Josh, what's going on?
Melissa.
Steve, Retro Rodeo. Gary is here tonight. He should be on the road right now. Gary, did you stop?
Pam is here. What's going on, Pam? Welcome.
Oh, delivering with Ellen. Hey, Ellen.
Ellen's here. We got Chris from Arizona. What's going on? We got Mary. Welcome.
Mary, what's going on?
Very happy to see you all.
I know. I'm excited to see everybody here. It's fun to have someone here with my Tuesday Night Live. It's a different change of pace.
I know. I do so few lives that I don't know how we got the things crossed here, but you said you had something to announce, like I do.
I do. So let's do. I'm gonna announce it.
Should we could it possibly be the same thing?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Actually, matter of fact, let's do it on 3. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oops. Sorry. Was that what you were going to announce?
That is exactly what I was going to announce. That is wild.
Because that's what I was too.
That is awesome. So for those of you who didn't catch it, Kim and I are ecstatic to announce that we are going to have a weekly live show together on the Rideshare Guy. It's been in the works for the last month or so, and we've got most of the details ironed out. It's going to be every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and we hope you guys will join us there and support the show.
I'm over the moon excited, just because I feel like we've known about it for a while. So now it's like, I feel like it's official. Like it's here, it's official, and we're ready to go. We're ready to start. Just to clarify, my Tuesdays are always going to stay Tuesdays. I'm still going to be here on Tuesdays. This is just going to be on the Rideshare Guy. And, I don't know whether a lot of people really know. We both have been contributors on the Rideshare Guy now for, I don't know, how many months has it been now? I know we came in almost about the same time, probably
about 3.
Each other.
About 3-4 months now.
So it's just a really fun segue. I'm just really excited to do this. So why don't you kind of tell everybody how it kind of came about, how we kind of came together as a team?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So the Rideshare Guy is one of the most established channels, and it's become more of a media company at this point. That is awesome, Thomas. Thank you. Kim, that's fantastic of you. So they're more of a media company at this point. They do content surrounding all types of 1099 work. Of course, their YouTube channel is one of the most recognizable in the bigger niche. So Kim and I have been, like she said, contributors on there for about 3 months, roughly. And I got a text from Chris, who is the YouTube manager, about a little over a month ago. And the text was like, hey, are you possibly interested in doing a live stream on RSG. And I was like, heck yes, I'm interested in doing a live stream on RSG. So they're like, okay, awesome. You get to pick your co-host. And so I was like, cool. So I picked up my phone. I was like, Kim, what are you doing? And I was like, hey, this is the opportunity that was just, presented to me. And they said I could pick a co-host. Are you interested? And Kim said,
What? I
what,
was
what, what
exactly
did you
like,
say?
wait,
Did you?
what?
We kind of missed that one. Yeah. So basically, I called you and asked you if you'd be interested in being the co-host of Money Hungry, and you said
Heck yeah.
so. This show is going to consist of several segments. We're going to have funny little tidbits that are happening. We're going to have news. We're going to have a segment called "Hot Off the Press," which is going to be the news stuff. What's your favorite?
What's the funny? So we're gonna actually have a whole bunch of funny, not a whole bunch, but each week we're gonna do a funny segment on anything we find on TikTok, YouTube, wherever we find funny. I think we actually already have our first funny ready to go for next Wednesday. So
Yep.
that's my favorite one, just because I think it's fun and we can actually play and goof around about it.
So I think that um, this is funny. I thought you all were going to say you were getting married or something. No, Kim's already happily married.
Sorry, I'm already
Um,
married.
and I bring that up. That's funny. Anthony in my Discord server, he's one of our mutual subscribers. Anthony actually was like, "They getting married?" So I had to highlight that. I thought that was funny.
Why is it like whenever you say, like anybody always says, I have a big announcement, everybody usually assumes it's you're getting married, you're engaged, you're pregnant, you're, like anything like big in your life.
Well, I'll tell you what. With this gut I've got rocking the last several months, I might actually, in fact, be pregnant. Like it's yet to be determined. So it's getting out of control, and this is not going to help with the gym. Let me tell you. So I feel like Kim and I are the perfect team for this because I know that we've got some of Kim's folks in here. We're streaming to both channels, by the way. So if you see us responding to a comment and you don't see it, it's probably on the other person's channel that you are not currently watching. So Kim and I have a very different approach to delivery type of work, 1099 jobs. I tend to be very cynical and point out the flaws, whereas Kim is the queen of positivity and is very upbeat and positive. And I feel like the combination together is really going to just be a killer team because I think it's going to give a more fair picture of life as 1099 workers.
Yeah, I agree. I know we have very different views on a whole bunch of different stuff.
We do.
But I feel like we have a very good yin and yang thing going on. That even though we might have differences of opinions, I think it's going to be really good entertainment. But I
Mm,
think a lot of people are going to get the real out of gig work from what we do on a daily basis,
mhm,
going out there working, being, delivery drivers, whether, and it's going to be basically, I don't know whether we said it before, but it's food delivery, a little bit less miles. So
mhm.
Spark, Shipped,
Instacart,
any, I
maybe,
mean, pickup maybe in there. I don't know. Who knows?
possibly. Yeah.
If they make the news, who knows? Um, but I think it's really going to, um, be a good time. I think it's going to be highly entertaining. I think it's going to be fun to tune in just to kind of see what our differences of opinions are. Because I know I can be opinionated sometimes. So I apologize now ahead of time.
So, yeah. the and honestly, the difference in opinion is probably what's going to make this so interesting because we're going to want the audience engagement to hear your guys' perspectives. If you've watched any of Kim's videos or my videos, we're constantly asking, share your thoughts. What do you think? What's your perspective? And this is going to be a live show where you will be able to hear frequently, not always, but two contrasting opinions, and you can share your thoughts right there live.
Yeah. And, well, yeah, I feel like a lot of times the hot buttons DoorDash, the hot buttons sometimes Uber Eats. I feel like there's a lot of hot buttons out there that both of us cover
Mhm.
that should be definitely interesting. Do I even say the word diamond? I'm just saying.
Mm.
I
You know what
know.
though? I did actually get my first tip after delivery last night.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of surprising. So,
So it is in
anyway,
your area.
it is, yeah. And actually, after we filmed that segment, I realized I was like totally on a different thing than you were when we were like doing that like promo video, and I was like, oh, Zach, you're a goof. So
But you
I
couldn't
I
even
did.
tell.
Yeah, I know, but that's because I like went on a tirade. You're like, this is positive, and I'm like, this is BS. So we started early. Um, so guys, next Wednesday, the Wednesday the 5th, April 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, we will be live on the Rideshare Guy for the first episode of Money Hungry. Kim, any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just want to first thank Harry Campbell, the
Oh
rideshare
yeah,
guy, first and foremost, for taking this. Hopefully, I want to say risk, but I don't think it's risk because I think we're gonna rock it, and I think we're
I
gonna
think we're
do
gonna kill it.
fantastic. So,
Yeah,
thank you to Harry for believing in us. I think is the right word, and thank you to Chris um, and who manages the rideshare guys channel and the whole entire team over there. They are just absolutely fantastic and wonderful and work super hard. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to the team over there for believing in us, that we
100%.
can do this weekly on Wednesdays. I think I saw I forget where I saw, oh, here, how long will the show be? We're going to try to stick to an
Hour.
hour, and it'll kind of, if it goes over, depending on our topics, it'll go over, but it will be weekly every Wednesday over on the Rideshare Guys channel.
So yeah, realistically it'll probably be closer to like an hour 15, hour and a half most times, but the minimum you'll get is an hour with us every Wednesday.
Yeah.
So there's the I'm already wanting to like give away some topics to kind of give them.
We can give a little teaser.
So Kim and I had a discussion about, and unfortunately we don't have the slides loaded here, but Kim and I had a discussion about one of those viral TikTok videos where the customer was claiming that the driver gave their gas receipt to uh, the driver gave the gas receipt to the customer, and we had an interesting discussion about that, and this was one of the few things we agreed on, and our general consensus was,
That it was completely fake. I don't know a
yeah,
driver who would actually hand a receipt over to their customer.
no,
I feel like a lot of TikTok videos now are just to really just go viral and get clicks and views.
yeah,
And I think what was really interesting and what we discovered is when we were reading the comments, and this is where it actually, gets a little haywire. It was literally a clear divide between customer and
mm,
driver, and there is such a huge divide that there is a customer who says that drivers are entitled, and then we have drivers that say you don't know what we go through, so why are you, this person probably didn't tip, that's why she got the gas receipt. So
yeah,
it's really, it's definitely interesting. I feel like a lot of TikTok videos are, not that the videos itself are interesting, I feel like you get more out of the chat than you actually do from the videos themselves, because I feel like that's a true account of what people really think.
for sure, and you definitely hit the nail on the head there. It's very black and white when it comes to customers versus drivers. There's almost never any kind of mutual ground there. There's almost never understanding. It's either it's just like it's like Fight Club.
Yeah.
It's seriously like Fight Club, and that's how much interaction do you have, Kim, with your customers on your channel?
On my channel,
On your channel,
maybe a
yeah.
handful, maybe. The rest,
Okay.
a lot of them are drivers. I have a handful of customers.
Okay. So I've put out some shorts lately, and those get pushed out to a wider audience. And man, and like people are vicious too. It's they will say things to you on the internet that they would never say to you in person, right? And so I feel like apps like TikTok and maybe YouTube sometimes bring out when somebody might not necessarily agree. I feel like the fact that it's an app like gives people the green light to just say like the most heinous stuff that they could possibly imagine.
Yeah, I think people like to hide. I call it hiding behind the keyboard.
Yeah,
Like
the
they
keyboard
think
warriors.
that just because I have the power to type anything that I want, I'm going to send it out there regardless of how it makes someone feel or
Mhm.
how it's yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, and every so often, you have one of those customers that comes along that's just like, hey, I get it. I did, I was a waitress for 5 years or something. I was putting myself through school, right? So every so often, you have one of those customers. It's just like, yeah, super cool. But that's one thing that I think Kim and I'll probably still cover, if not that, something pretty similar. So,
Yeah, just real quick. So Chris said we said that, and it's been like an hour and 45 every week. I have a feeling you get so to me, I feel like you get so engrossed in some topics, and there are a couple of topics that you kind of feel passionately about,
mm,
and I feel like those are the segments that are going to run over just because heck, you say something, I say something, and the next thing you know, it's like 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, and oh, we have to move on.
yeah, yeah, I think that I think there's going to be a lot of back and forth, considering that we usually do have a differing opinion. So this is not going to be a volatile show. It's not going to it's not going to turn into to Fight Club or anything like that.
No Jerry
I
Springer.
respect Kim. Yeah, no Jerry Springer. I respect Kim way too much. We can respectfully disagree and still have valid points. So it's Kim. I'm excited. This has been super hard to keep
It's
quiet
been
about.
really hard to keep a secret. I think because it's so exciting for us and we wanted to really tell everybody just because when you
Mhm.
get good news, you want to share it with everybody, especially with our subscribers that have been with us so
Mhm.
long and are so
Yep.
supportive of our channel. So thank you, first of all, to Zach's subscribers, my subscribers, for always supporting us in everything that we do. And it was hard
100%.
to keep it tight-lipped for, like I said, we've known this for, I don't even know how long we've known this for, but it feels like forever. And I'm like, it's
5
finally
weeks.
here.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been I didn't actually sleep well last night. I was like tossing and turning like, "Oh, what's today going to look like? This is going to be wild. It's going to be a weird day. Like what's going to happen?" And I was like crossing my fingers that I could get a nap in, but this was actually announced on Show Me the Money Club on Rideshare Guy uh, before we did this. And we weren't sure what part of Show Me the Money Club it was going to be announced on. So I was hoping to get like a 30, 45-minute nap in. Somebody had said, looks like I had partaken prior to this, and oh, I'm just tired. So
I don't know what a nap is. What's a nap?
uh, a nap is that thing where you do it when you work like all night and then still have a bunch of stuff to do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. Um, yeah, so uh, it, I couldn't think of a better person to be doing this show with. So,
Yeah, I think what's making this so much fun is because I feel like months ago we bonded over Walmart Spark.
mhm,
And it kind of, we just kind of kept in contact since we
mhm,
bonded over Walmart Spark. And like it kind of, hey, you editing right now? Yep, still editing. You editing? Yep, still editing.
yep, very true. So actually, to kind of for my crew, um, my subscribers watching right now, uh, Kim and I, like she was kind of alluding to, Kim and I started talking months back, and we had followed each other on Instagram, and we had never really talked. We didn't really have any kind of communication prior to that. I always thought she was such a sweet lady, but we had never really, talked. And so I knew that Kim is like the queen of multi-apping as far as like gig tubers go. And so I got onto Walmart Spark, and ran into every possible scenario that you don't want to run into, like immediately. So I had two people that I was like messaging all the time. One of them was Kim, and the other is one of my friends, Al. So I introduced myself. Hi, Kim. My name is Zach. I don't know if you know who I am, but it's okay if you don't. But I got this really weird Spark problem. Help me. And that's how that kind of played out. So
Yeah. And I feel like whenever I have an editing question like, Zach, how do I fix this?
yeah, yeah, almost guaranteed that I'm up until 3 or 4 in the morning editing. So Kim can always get me. We both edit at night, right? So it
Yeah.
kind of works out.
The only thing
So
is
yeah,
there's a 3 hour difference. So talk about like two different ends of the United States. So definitely East Coast versus West Coast, and that could be interesting
yeah,
all in itself.
yep, very true. And actually, part of the dilemma with the show that we ran into initially was finding a time that worked for both of us. So Kim's got her regular Tuesday live, and then she's got nobody works harder in the gig tube community than Kim does. So it was
Yeah, I think
definitely
you're up there.
most of my stuff is behind the scenes. So, but yeah, so finding a time that worked well was a little challenging for sure.
Yeah, Bud Soda probably is working. Thomas just said Bud Soda is probably working. Talk about
Mhm.
hard working. Bud Soda's always working out there.
Yeah, very true. So, if you guys had any thoughts or anything you wanted to drop into the chat, I'd love to kind of go through some of these with Kim if you guys are open to it. Questions, comments, concerns,
Yeah,
curiosities.
absolutely. Get the questions in, get the
Yeah,
comments in, and we'll be happy to answer as many as we possibly can.
yeah.
Um, yeah. Um,
So that was always a really good team. Kim and UDM were fantastic together. I've got a huge amount of respect for UDM as well. So I'm hoping that I can do a fifth as well as Kim and UDM did together. So it's gonna be big shoes to fill.
yeah, he UDM is was a fantastic co-host, and you are going to be just as fantastic. So
Thank you.
give yourself some credit. I'm just, I keep saying the same thing, and I feel bad because I'm like, I'm just so excited. I'm just so
I
excited.
know.
But I feel like I feel like I'm a broken record. I'm like, I'm just so excited.
So, for anybody who's just joining us, yes. So, Kim and I are doing a new show together called Money Hungry on the Rideshare Guy YouTube channel. It'll be every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And we hope each and every one of you will come check it out and support us over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to play the trailer again, just in case people missed it
Let's play
the
the trailer
first
again
go?
for no reason.
Play
Yeah, let's do it
it
again for no
again.
reason.
Okay, hold on. Which, by the way, you did such an awesome job with that trailer.
Thank
I
you.
can't even that's all. That was all Zach, by the way. He did a
Thank you.
fantastic job with that trailer.
I'm quite pleased with it myself. So, yeah, I wish we had we didn't think about this in time, but I wish we had the kind of like preview snippet to play for you guys, but we don't, unfortunately. We have it lined up.
Maybe. Hold on.
Maybe. Okay. All right.
Just
Maybe
bear
Kim
with
and I are
me.
going to do a
Keep
thing.
yourselves entertained for half a second.
All right. So,
See if I have it.
Thomas, that trailer rules. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Marion, yes, Thomas, I agree. Nice job, Zach. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much.
I was seeing if I have it actually on the Google Drive. To see if I can actually just upload it.
Should be, yeah, that should be pretty quick to pull down, right?
Yeah, except I don't see it. under
Do you
our
want me to send you a
picture.
link real quick?
Except I don't see it on our shared drive.
I can send it
Hold
to you
on,
real
let me
quick.
see whether I have it on my phone and I can just send it to the computer.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, and it's not just like DoorDash and Uber Eats we're going to be talking about. It's going to be Spark and Instacart and Shipt and like the whole nine. Anything 1099 related is up for grabs. We're going to
Yeah,
have special guests from time to time.
and also, if you guys want to send, I'm going to send. I know we're going to put it in a lot of the show notes, but even beforehand, we will be happy to take any emails, if anything that you guys see, because the show is all about you guys as well. So if you have anything you see weird that has happened, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Spark, screenshot it, send it to us. Any new stuff that you think that we haven't seen yet, send it our way. We both have an email. So mine is kim@therideshareguy.com and
Zach at therideshareguy.com. Zach with an H.
so, if you guys come across anything and want us to share something on the show, please feel free to email it to each one of us or any one of us so that way we can look at it. And you never know, it might be a show topic that we might be doing in a segment.
That's very true. Some of the best videos at least that I've personally done, have been viewer suggestions. Things that I had no idea were going on, and people are like, "Hey, have you seen this?" I'm like, "What? No, send it." So, and then of course, I make a video out of it, and it's the interaction is always great. So Southern Gig, welcome. It's not a joint podcast. We are going to be having a weekly show together on the Rideshare Guy YouTube channel. Steve wants us to cover curry. What's curry, Kim?
So curry is the last. I'm like, are you joking? I'm like, wait, are you joking?
No. Yeah, no, I'm joking.
Oh, that's funny. Sorry, I'm like half trying to get this into the drive, so I'm like, wait, what? Are you joking? Are you not joking? I don't understand.
Oh no, I'm joking. But for those of you who don't know, Curry is the last mile delivery app for generally construction related equipment, stuff like that.
Which, by the way, Steve, I'm still on the wait list. I'm just saying.
Actually, matter of fact, I think I am too. So, Steve, let's talk about that. Tony, what's going on?
Hey, Tony, how are you?
I'm sure that if I could talk today, I'm sure you two will bring tons of content. Thank you so much, Brian. Brian has been with my channel for a very long time, and
oh, that's awesome. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, I am truly grateful for the continued support. And Ellen, happy birthday to your son, by the way. I saw that comment earlier.
Oh, happy birthday. Let me download
it. Christopher says, I think you guys get tired of me sending stuff.
No, nah. Christopher. I use Christopher. I use your stuff all the time.
Who's going to do most of the editing? That's a good question. So we kind of have the responsibilities broken kind of in half. So I think it'll probably mostly fall on me for the editing.
Okay, I have it. Google.
Thomas says, I was Kim's 7th subscriber 2 years ago. Wow. That is like early. That is awesome.
One of my very first subscribers that I had ever gotten. And if you go back to some of my stuff, I'm like, oh, why? How did anybody ever go back to like your really older stuff and go, wow, how did I ever get subscribers?
But I think that honestly, we're the hardest on ourselves, right? As content creators.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like I watched something, I'm like, man, this sucks. Like I should have done this instead of that, and I said this when I should have said that, and it's nobody's harder on us than ourselves.
Yeah, that is true. I can't get this to go on. I have it on my email, but I just can't get it to save whatever to the drive to get it onto my computer.
Yeah. Do you want me to send you the link? Do you want me to email you the link?
Yeah, that's what I did. I got the one off of your email, and I hit download, and it says, oh, wait, maybe. Hold on. I just hit a wrong button. I think I got it now.
Okay, cool. Uh, every day you see something weird, you're going to get a ton of mail. Perfect. Hey, the more we get, the better.
Yeah,
Hello from
please share
Missouri
anything
Blue.
that you guys have, just because I think it's really important that the show, as much as it's about the topics, it's also about what you guys see and what's happening out in the gig world.
Mm.
So I definitely think that is a really key to a lot of our segments that we're going to be doing. So it's also relatable too.
It's not the Zach and Kim want to cover the show. It's what do you guys want to see? So it, if it's not entertaining to you guys, then we're not doing it right. So yeah, if there's something you want to see, please do let us know.
Okay. Okay, I have it, but with no intro. So
here. Okay.
Money Hungry. My name is Zach.
Oh, and Kim.
Today we're going to cover a wide range of topics, ranging from the weird to the controversial.
Speaking of controversial, so we're going to get right into the topic of today. So I got an order on DoorDash the other day that I actually thought I would share with you guys, because a new feature that is basically for the driver and for the customer rolled out in my area. And I actually wanted to see if you guys had it roll out yet to your area as well. So I got an order the other day, and it was regular diamond order, which, by the way, diamond just came to my area like 2 weeks ago, so it's new, but $7.75, no ad sign, so it was supposed to stay $7.75. So got the delivery, dropped it off, and it went up to $12.75. I'm like, hello, that's awesome. And I'm like, where did that come from? But I wasn't gonna knock it because it's $12.75. Right after drop off, I get the text message saying I got an extra $5 tip. So the customer was able to add on a tip after delivery. Well, I guess maybe it was before delivery, considering I knew what the payout was when it came, but maybe it was after they actually placed the order, which I think is weird altogether. But I was happy. I got an extra $5. Who wouldn't be happy about $5? But I'm like, ooh, this is a new feature, one of probably many tests that DoorDash does. But as a driver, I was happy about it. Have you seen this in your area yet?
So, okay, I've got some thoughts about this. My market was actually one of the first in the entire country to get the Diamond Zone. I got it months before most markets did. So I got the chance to reset my acceptance rate, which they never ended up actually resetting my acceptance rate. They just tossed me into the program and said, best of luck. So let's analyze this order quickly. So it is 2 items, 1.5 miles for $7.75. I mean, obviously, that's not a bad order to begin with, right? I probably would have taken that, assuming that it's not some really slow restaurant. But I've got some thoughts about the tip after delivery, and I want to run my ideas past you. Now, I want to talk for a moment about what is going on in Baton Rouge. Have you heard about this?
I semi-heard about it, but I want to learn more.
So the customers in Baton Rouge are only being given the option to tip once the order is picked up.
Ooh.
So they cannot pre-tip anymore. And I've talked to several drivers in Baton Rouge, and they say this is completely killing their income. Like tips are just not a thing anymore. And what DoorDash has been doing is they've been adding like $5 and $6 peak pay to kind of make up for the fact that there's no tips. But realistically, how long is it before that $6 peak pay becomes $5, and then $4, and then $3, so on and so forth?
But I'm thinking from a business perspective that to me, from DoorDash, like, that makes no sense. Why would you not want the customer to tip? Because it's not coming out of their bottom line. It's coming out of the customer's pocket, where DoorDash is now throwing peak pays at people and at drivers to get them delivered. So they're now losing money opposed to the customer actually paying the tip. Like, business-wise, like, to me, that's not good business.
So I see it differently. I'm assuming that you've ordered from DoorDash before, right?
Yes.
That is expensive, right?
It is.
You're going through and you're selecting your items that you're ordering, and you're like, okay, it's only like $22. I'm going to feed me and my kid for $22, right? But then you get to the checkout screen and it's like, oh, wow, that's not actually $22. It's like $43. Mm-hmm. So in my opinion, what DoorDash is trying to do is limit the sticker shock with adding additional cost to the customer with tips. So they're like giving them they're giving them the don't feel bad, you can do it after option, knowing that most customers probably aren't going to. So I think that this is not beneficial for DoorDash for sure, because I think a lot of orders are just going to sit now. Yeah. But it's definitely not beneficial for drivers, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I said, I like to be positive as much as I possibly can, but I can definitely see the downfall in like, I feel like it's the age-old debate, customer versus driver. I feel like we're always, kind of debating each other. The customer who they're going to tip whatever they want to tip, even if they don't tip at all. Like, they're still going to do whatever they want to do. They're not going to be okay with someone forcing them to tip or a specific amount. No one likes to be forced to do something, but on the same time, it's now forcing the driver really not to get a tip either. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of no tip prior. I just think it could end in a disaster, not for the customer. The customer's just not spending the money, but for the driver, you can really lose some major income, especially if, we're all in this to make money. We're all in this to do, whether it's full-time, part-time, like our goal is to make money.
We're not Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
A moment ago, you said it's the classic driver versus customer. I feel like that perfectly brings us into our next subject.
Yeah, it is a very good segue.
So a little bit of a sneak peek for you guys.
Yeah, we had another segment as well. So like I said, maybe we'll save that segment for the actual live next Tuesday, because I think it was a really good conversation to have.
That was. We actually covered.
Recreate it.
Yeah, we actually covered 2 or 3 things on there. It was that was a good conversation all around. So I think there'd be some pretty interesting opinions among the viewers as well. So that's something that I'd love to hear people's take on. So
absolutely.
I think I'm not sure how long you were wanting to go here, Kim, but
I'm good as long as you're good. I just want to kind of, first of all, don't forget to check us out next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. It will be 5 p.m. Pacific. If I got the time. I'm always now trying to figure out our time zones. I'm so bad with time zones. It'll be 5 p.m. Pacific. On the Rideshare Guy, we will be creating the live the morning of. So we will both community post it next Wednesday. I will be back with you guys next Tuesday. I will kindly remind you next Tuesday as well. I'm here not here, but I'm on Rideshare Rodeo on Thursdays for the Rodeo Roundtable. That's kind of my week besides videos that are coming up. So that's kind of it. Thank you so much for being a good partner, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So I'm looking forward to it too. And one more quick thing before we shove off. For those of you who don't know, Kim and I are also weekly contributors on Rideshare Guy. So if you enjoy the content that we put out, you can catch an additional video every single week by checking this out on the Rideshare Guy.
Yeah, it's been an amazing. I'm learning so much from everything that I've been doing for being a content creator, and even on my own show, just changing content around basing off of what I've learned. So I am really grateful for the experiences that I've had over these past couple months. So once again, shout out to Harry Campbell. Shout out to Chris for all the wonderful things that they do.
Sergio, Chris, Harry, of course. Yeah. So, and Sergio has promised intense heckling on our first live show. So definitely
bring it on,
come check that out.
I love Sergio to death because I feel like he plays us all the time. He'll text me and say, "Hey Kim, you realize Zach's view counts are blank, right?" I'm like, "Yes, Sergio, I know." you need to beat him in the next video. I said, "I know, Sergio."
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, all right, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We hope to see each and every one of you. And I think that this is probably a good time to wrap it up. Do you want to just end on the trailer one more time for those of
Yep, we
I
can
just
end
saw
on the
like 2 or 3
trailer.
people pop in. So,
Bye,
all right, guys.
everyone.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Take care.
Peace out, everyone.
What is going on, everybody?
Wrong one.
Welcome to Money Hungry.
Have to get that straight.